The effect of energy of harmony through conflict upon humanity. It will be obvious that this ray energy, embodying the principle of conflict, has a unique and curious effect upon relationships. This is due to the interrelation of this ray of harmony through conflict and the second ray of love wisdom. The second ray is primarily the ray of right human relations, as far as the fourth kingdom in nature is concerned. The energy of love governs all relations between souls and controls the hierarchy, the kingdom of the souls. The energy of wisdom should govern all relations within the fourth kingdom, the human. Someday it will inevitably do so, hence the emphasis laid upon the need for soul-infused personalities in the world today, as promulgated by all true esoteric schools. It might be said that the effect of the principle of conflict, operating under Ray 4 and controlled by Ray 2, will be, as far as humanity is concerned, to bring about right human relations and the growth of the universal spirit of goodwill among men. Only the most benighted and uncouth of thinkers would fail to see that these two results of the conflict, engendered at this time, are the two most desirable factors for which all men of goodwill should work. The inflow of energy into humanity at this time is all in favor of such efforts, and the principle of conflict has worked so effectively that all men are desiring harmony, peace, equilibrium, right adjustment to life, circumstances, and right and balanced human relations. In every country and among all types of men, sincerely or insincerely, the talk of the newspapers, on the radio, and upon the lecture platforms is on behalf of harmony and a widespread recognition of the needed adjustments. Even the evil forces, which still remain active, hide their greedy purposes behind a spurious desire for world unity, world harmony, and right human relations. The masses of the people in all lands have been convinced by the evidence made available by the principle of conflict that basic changes in man's attitude and goals must be brought about if humanity is to survive. They are, in their own ways, wisely or unwisely, seeking a solution. The war has produced much good, in spite of the destruction of forms. The causes of war are better understood. The issues involved are slowly being clarified. Information about all nations, even when incorrectly presented, has awakened mankind to the fact of the one world. The community of pain, sorrow, anxiety, starvation, and despair have brought all men closer together, and this relation is a far greater breeder of harmony than man realizes. The world of men today is more closely knit subjectively, in spite of all outer cleavages and conflicts, than ever before in human history. There is a firmer determination to establish right human relations, and a clearer perception of the factors involved. The new principle of sharing, inherent in the second ray of love wisdom, which is concerned so fundamentally with relationships, is gaining ground, and its potency is being released by the activity of the fourth ray of harmony through conflict. This principle of sharing, though still divorced from any official sanctions, is under consideration and will someday be the governing factor in the economic life of the world, regulated and controlled by those men who are alert to human need upon the physical plane. This principle of conflict is also active in all institutions, groups, and organizations in all lands and in every department of human thought. Its results are, first, the awakening of humanity to certain major human developments and possibilities, and secondly, it will lead to certain basic renunciations once the issues are clearly seen and the cleavage which exists in reality between the desirable spiritual values and the undesirable material values has been made clear. In politics, for instance, the two-party system is based upon a correct premise, but it is not at present a satisfactory system because of human stupidity. It stands in truth for the reactionary groups in any land and also for the Progressive Party who are alert to the new possibilities. One party aims at the holding back of the life of the spirit, at clarifying by obstruction, and at holding back or preventing the too rapid rushing forward of the impatient and the immature. The Progressive Party should be composed of those who are aware of the unneeded and old issues, and who pioneer all the time, even though frequently without much still inaction. Such a clear line of demarcation between the two basic world parties is not yet possible, nor are the spiritual values of either group appreciated by the unthinking masses. Today, party politics are as selfish, and therefore as reactionary, as are the mass of men. The real good of humanity is not the goal of the average politician in either group, for usually only his own selfish ambition and the desire to preserve a certain political ideology which has put him into power are the goal of his efforts. The principle of conflict is working also in the churches, but more slowly, unfortunately, owing to the corruption and soporific effect of theological churchianity. I would have you notice my choice of words. I said not of Christianity, for true Christianity, as Christ taught it, is free from theological abuses and must and will be restored, or perhaps more accurately, reach its first stage of expression. Everywhere the fourth ray of harmony through conflict is active in the human family and is dominating human affairs. Everywhere in the life of the individual, in the lives of groups, organizations, and churches, in the life of nations, and in the life of mankind as a whole, the issues are being clarified, and humanity is being led from one renunciation to another, until someday the human kingdom will unitedly take the fourth initiation with the great renunciation, and the great renunciation will be accepted. This step, lying far ahead as yet in the future, will affiliate humanity with a hierarchy and release millions of men from the thraldom of materialism. This moment in human history will inevitably come. The first indication that the distant vision has been glimpsed might perhaps be noted in the prevalent instinct to share, motivated at present by the instinct to self-preservation, but definitely developing as a possible mode of action upon the far horizon of man's thinking. True sharing definitely involves many little renunciations, and it is upon these small renunciations that the capacity for freedom is slowly being generated, and the habit of renunciation can eventually be stabilized. This capacity and these habits, these unselfish activities, and these spiritual habitual attitudes are the preparatory stages for the initiation of renunciation, just as the effort to serve one's fellow men is preparatory to the taking of the third initiation of the transfiguration.